Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a grocery haul. I am here at Meijer right now. I usually like to come earlier, but I wanted to be in sunlight so you guys could actually see me talking to you. But anyway, we're here at Meijer. I'm going to be doing a grocery haul. You'll get to see what I normally eat throughout the week. If you follow me on Instagram, you see I do this all the time. I kind of give little snippets of meals and things I get from the grocery store. Before I start, I do want to send out a little PSA that just because I eat certain things doesn't mean that they are the healthiest for you or something you have to be eating. I just do this for some meal ideas, some inspiration. I really like to find different cool snacks that are new. I follow a whole bunch of like junk food Instagram accounts, so I always know the newest Oreos, newest ice cream, and I think it's good for people to see a dietitian eating those types of foods because I think that there is a stigma that we only eat fruits and veggies and chicken breast, but if you know me, I eat a lot more than that. Those are just some of the staples, I guess. But anyway, just because I eat a certain way doesn't mean that you have to. This is just inspiration, some ideas. If you are feeling like you're in a recipe rut, something like that. So, we're at Meijer. I usually go to Meijer because I live literally 2 minutes away from here. But I plan to do grocery hauls at Kroger, Trader Joe's. I'll even do a Walmart one, even though I don't really shop there very often, but do it for you guys. So let me know below if you want me to do like budget-friendly shopping, vegetarian grocery shopping. I don't know, I can't think of any other examples, but let me know if there's any other types of grocery hauls you want me to do and I can do that for you. Alright, I will see you guys in there. I will kind of show you what I'm getting while I'm in the store, and then we will do a full breakdown when I get home. Alright guys, we are back from Meijer. Let's see, I spent today $165.19, but it was one of those trips, you know the type, where you have to get like toilet paper and toothpaste and like bathroom cleaner, all that kind of stuff. So I totaled that up and that was about 40 bucks. So I probably spent about 120 or so on food itself, which I'd say is about normal for our household, just the two of us that I'm buying for, and I'd say we usually do spend about 100 to 120 each week. Okay, so I want to go through kind of each food group, if you will, and talk about what I got from each one. Let's go through protein first so I can put all that back into the fridge and the freezer. I don't want it just sitting here. I do already have some salmon in the freezer that I plan on using this week. I got that last week and didn't end up using it. And so I froze it, so that will be one of our meals this week. I plan on doing some salmon, Brussels sprouts, and maybe just some rice with it for a carb. So that'll be an easy dinner this week. I picked up some frozen shrimp today. Nothing wrong with frozen, fresh, whatever. For some reason our Meijer is no longer carrying fresh shrimp. They do carry other fresh seafood, but they don't have fresh shrimp anymore since COVID actually, so I'm not sure what that's about, but frozen is totally fine. It, in my opinion, does decrease the taste quality a little bit, but I'm not going to be eating it just by itself. I'll likely be putting it into a stir fry or maybe like some shrimp tacos. Something that'll be really well seasoned, so it's not going to be just, you know, like a cocktail situation where you're eating it by itself. Alright, I also got some ground beef. I actually got 2 of these because this Laura's lean beef is usually like $7 per pound, and today it was on sale for like $4.50, so I got 2 of them. I'll likely freeze one and save it for another week, but I plan on using that for, again, maybe tacos. We eat a lot of Mexican in our house. Maybe some kind of pasta. I haven't done enchiladas in a while, so maybe I'll do something like that, or maybe like a burrito. Oftentimes I'll just cook ground beef and have it ready, and we can kind of use it in any dish that we want to. It's pretty versatile. Similarly, I also got a tray of chicken breasts. I often do also get chicken breast each week, whether it's frozen or fresh. I personally do not look for organic, grass-fed. If you do, totally fine, but the conventional stuff is just as healthy for you if that's all that you can afford. And then lastly, this steak was on sale. It's called a Angus beef top sirloin breakfast strip steak. I think there's 2 of them in there, so I'll probably use that for like a fun breakfast on the weekend, maybe like steak and egg, something like that, maybe like a skillet. So that will just be for like a fun weekend breakfast thing. Okay, I'm gonna put all the proteins away so they don't just sit here out in the open. I'll be right back. 2 more things on protein that I forgot to point out. With my ground beef or my ground turkey, if I get that, I do kind of go back and forth just depending on what's on sale really. I do often try to get ones that are 90% lean or above, so like a 92.8, 93.7, that sort of thing, because they are lower in saturated fats, which are not so heart healthy fats. But if, again, all you can afford is 80-20, or if that's what's on sale, that's what sounds good, the burger is just way better if you do like an 80-20 instead of like a 92.8. That's totally fine. It's good to be health conscious, but when those food rules kind of dictate your life, that is not any healthier than you making the healthier food choice. I believe in all foods fit, nothing's ever off limits, and if that's all that's available to me is like a higher fat cut of beef, I'm not going to let it ruin my day. That is totally fine. I will just kind of get back to my normal eating habits next time. Alright, I did also forget to show you this turkey sausage that I got. Kind of the same situation as the beef. I do try to get a leaner sausage if I can, but if I were to also have gotten regular sausage, or say Ross had gone to the store and gotten regular sausage, I wouldn't let that be a bother to me. This is a little bit lower in calories, lower in saturated fat. It does have 90 calories for every 2 ounces, and 6 grams of fat versus it's sometimes double that in like a regular sausage. But again, no food rules, totally fine, as long as most of the time I am choosing the leaner option where I can. Alright, I do already also have some deli meat on hand that might be used for sandwiches. I like to do breakfast sandwiches a lot, so I'll do like a dippy egg, some cheese, maybe like a slice of ham, and then do that on like an English muffin or a bagel, or even just regular bread is good too. I also usually have like canned tuna on hand as well for like a same situation. I'll put it like on a salad, or I'll do like a tuna sandwich or a tuna wrap if I have those on hand. I also already had eggs from my last trip that we didn't get through all of, so I have some of those for breakfast usually. I will also usually hard boil a couple of them and snack on those throughout the week. So that is all of my protein choices that I have. Let's get into dairy next, since I also want to put that into the fridge before it just sits here forever. I plan on making enchiladas for my lunch prep this week, so I have some sour cream for that. I will also sometimes do, actually most of the time I do like a plain Greek yogurt situation for sour cream, but I just love the ease of the squirtability of this one, so that's going to be coming with me to work. It's just easier than scooping out of the big old yogurt container all week. So again, I usually do try to choose the plain Greek yogurt because it is a little lower in calories, lower in saturated fat, but it's totally fine if this week instead of doing that I have regular sour cream. There is no harm in there. I'm not letting food rules run my life. Alright, we also almost always have string cheese. Ross and I almost always pack these in our lunches for the work week and just have those as a snack. I also got sliced cheese for sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches, cheese and crackers. I have that a lot as a snack. I'll do like a little snack plate with cheese and crackers, maybe some grapes or apple slices. That's one of my favorite snacks. And then I always get shredded cheese as well. That is usually used for like quesadillas, or if I do like enchiladas this week, I'll make that, or I'll add that to the enchiladas. And then I usually get like a block cheese as well. And sometimes I will use this instead of the shredded, and I'll just shred it myself because it is a little bit cheaper to get the big old block instead of getting the whole bag of pre-shredded cheese. So I usually get a little bit of both. I will sometimes use this in place of sliced cheese as well because again, it is a little bit cheaper. I did also get a half gallon of milk that's already in the fridge. Usually a half gallon lasts us about 2 weeks if it doesn't go bad before then. We just don't drink milk by itself. I'll use it like in my protein shakes or in oatmeal. We've been really into milkshakes lately for some reason, so we've been going through it a little bit faster, but I'm sure that phase won't last for too long. I did also get some Greek yogurt. Chobani is one of my favorites. I do also like the Light and Fit Greek yogurt. That is another go-to snack. I'll do a Greek yogurt, maybe with some berries on top, some granola. I always do try to add something to it. I just feel like it satisfies me more if I have something with my Greek yogurt versus just eating it by itself. But that is just me personally. All right, dairy products are going in the fridge. I'll be right back again. I do also like to have like some kind of blue cheese or feta cheese on hand to add to my salads. We usually have a couple big old salads at dinner as a side usually, and I really like to add like fun funky cheeses to mine just to add some flavor. I get kind of bored of salads if they're just like veggies and an egg in there. Doesn't really satisfy me that much, so I like to have some flavor, some fun cheeses in those as well. Okay, next up I want to go through my grains. We usually don't go through bread that quickly, so I already had some sourdough from last week that's in the fridge. I have a loaf of just regular old whole wheat bread in there. Bagels, I also have some of those in the fridge as well. And usually when we buy those types of things, they usually last a week or two because, again, it's just the two of us. We just don't go through bread that quickly. So didn't get any of that today, but I absolutely would have if I was out of it. What I did get was one of these refrigerated pizza crusts. Ross and I love these. I have them at Meijer. I've seen them at Kroger as well. This is just like a regular crust, but they also have a thin crust version. So I will be putting that turkey sausage onto this and adding some cheese, maybe some tomatoes, onions. I also got olives for that. I'll do like bacon sometimes, or I'll do like a chicken bacon ranch kind of pizza. But we get this probably like twice a month, and we always like to make little homemade pizzas. If we don't use this pizza crust, we'll use like naan bread, or Trader Joe's has a really good like ready to go pizza crust that we like to use. Pizza is one of Ross's favorite foods, so we have that on a weekly basis, which I'm okay with. I also love pizza. Okay, moving on to fruits and veggies. That's usually the bulk of my trip, is a lot of fruits and veggies. I like to say that I eat sort of a plant-based diet, if you will. I don't like labeling it, but I do try to make most of my meals pretty heavy in fruits and veggies. But again, if a meal, or if even a whole day doesn't have any fruits and veggies in it, that's okay. Because I know that most of my days do, and it really is about big picture stuff rather than what you're doing day to day. But anyway, let's go through what fruits and veggies I got. So they had pineapple on sale. I got one of those. I learned how to cut a pineapple at my dining court job in college, but if you don't know, look on YouTube, find a good way to do that. It is somewhat difficult if you're not sure how to do it, but if you do have kind of a apprehension or maybe like a fear of cutting into a pineapple, cantaloupe, watermelon, there's something wrong with getting the pre-cut kind or even canned. Canned pineapple, canned peaches, canned pears. Those are often just as nutritious. Same goes for frozen. You know, I did get some frozen broccoli that you may have seen in my B-roll earlier. There is nothing wrong with eating frozen, fresh, or canned. They're all very great for you. I always say if it gets you to eat more vegetables and fruits, then by all means eat whatever form that is most available to you. Alright, also got some Honeycrisp apples. Our favorite apples are the opals, but they didn't have any of those today at Meijer. So Honeycrisp is second best, it will do. Got some Boston lettuce. I usually get some kind of lettuce, whether it's Boston lettuce, romaine, spinach, some kind of bagged mix will be the case sometimes. Because like I said earlier, we like to do some big salads throughout the week, and that is usually what we use those for. Or I'll add them to, again, like burritos, tacos, that sort of thing too. Also got some cilantro. I'm gonna make some homemade salsa this week. I have some tomatoes from last week I didn't get all the way through. I got way too many for some reason. So I'm gonna use those tomatoes that are getting on the edge of not being so great. Some cilantro, some onions, some lime juice, some garlic, salt, and pepper, and make a really good, kind of like a pico de gallo situation. So that'll be good. I did get some more tomatoes, some fresh ones that will be good for, again, Mexican night, tacos, enchiladas. I'll add them to like an omelet or an egg scramble sometimes. Same thing with onions. I always get at least 1 or 2 onions every week. I like to get red onions for salads, or I'm making fajitas, like I said, so they'll be really good with that. And I'll use more of like a white or a yellow onion for like, say, a soup or a chili. If it's really cooked into the dish, I like to use a white or a yellow onion versus a red. The red I think is a lot better eaten raw. All right, I got a couple of potatoes. These are just regular old russet potatoes. I kind of go back and forth between a white potato and a sweet potato. They both have amazing nutrition benefits. They are different, of course, but there is nothing wrong with eating a regular potato. They are both great for us. So, again, no food rules, all foods fit. Are you getting the theme here? Got some corn. I'm gonna make maybe corn on the cob with one of the meals this week. I am super into like grilled burgers and corn on the cob kind of meals in the summertime, so we'll probably make some of those. I really like to get berries as well in the summertime because they are a lot sweeter and a lot cheaper. So I usually get at least 1 or 2 cartons. I'll do like raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, and I kind of alternate week to week, but I do like to have at least 1 or 2 of those in the fridge as well. That will be like a snack, or I'll put it with my breakfast, put it on some ice cream after dinner, that sort of thing. And then lastly here for fruits and veggies, I did get some cuties, some clementines. Again, usually apples, oranges, pears, those are always just really good snacks for me during the week. And I'll usually pair those with maybe a string cheese or like a little baby bell cheese, maybe some nuts for some protein. So I always try to pair, when I do have fruit for a snack, I do always try to pair it with some kind of protein source just to help keep me full for a little bit longer. If I were to have like just a clementine by itself, I would probably feel pretty hungry, probably like 15-20 minutes later. So it is always good to pair our fruit with some kind of protein source. All right, I did get a few other staple items like some olive oil. I got some butter as well. I was just getting low on the 2 of those things. I don't get those every week. They usually last me for quite a while when I do buy them. And then lastly, I wanted to go over some of my more fun foods. So again, my staples usually are like lean meats, fruits and veggies and whole grains. But I do always try to get some fun stuff too when I go grocery shopping. Ross and I really like to get all the new seasonal ice cream flavors that come out. I had mentioned Oreos. You guys know I love getting all the new fun Oreos. Today they didn't have any fun stuff. Ross and I have been kind of on top of it lately and getting it like right when it comes out. So we've already gotten all the new ice cream flavors and the Oreo flavors recently. I did get some of my go-to sparkling ice drinks. So I really like these just for something to mix it up if I do get tired of water. These are really, really good. They're usually like $1 a piece at Meijer. 5 calories per little bottle here. I got coconut pineapple, peach nectarine, and a lemon lime. So it's kind of like a Sprite. So those are really, really good. I like to have those throughout the week, and so does Ross. And then I also got some ginger ale. We like to have this once in a while. We don't have too much soda in the house, or diet soda. I do get this every once in a while, just for, again, something to mix up if I get tired of my water. Usually like once a day at dinner or something, I will have a drink different from water, whether it's like a glass of wine or one of these sparkling ices, ginger ale. I'll use like a Mio and squirt some of that in there for some flavor. It is totally fine to mix it up once in a while if you are getting tired of just plain water. I totally get that. Okay, I think that is all that I wanted to show you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, let me know what other grocery hauls you want to see. I would just love to do Trader Joe's, go to Aldi and get some fun things. You guys know I love my Aldis. Let me know in the comments below what grocery haul you want to see next, and I will see you then.